Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton, and today we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar, and we are toasted. I mean, like literally toasted. We're covered with toasted bourbon from all over the place. Double oaked, Carl T. Huber, Starlight, Release. Nick, what do we got going on here, brother?
So this was a recent release from Starlight up at Huber's. This is a series of French Oak Toasted, Double Oaked, released, I believe it's small batch, put into each of these different air-dried barrels from different regions of styles of wood, types of wood.
They're all French oak.
They're all French oak.
Different regions, okay.
Different regions in France.
Okay. Yeah, these are some weird-ass names. There's like, and I don't know if all these are from these areas, but I'm looking at this map that you gave me, which is like Volges and Bertrands, and then Dijon, Naviers, Allier. I mean, like it's
We're drinking mustard?
Yeah, for real. No, I don't think there's anything from Dijon here, but we're going to find out because Nick's going to walk us through it. But like, I'm just saying,
not on this one.
There's a lot. There's a lot of French stuff on here, so
yeah.
And I'm probably not doing it justice by the way I enunciated it, but
Probably not. But I wouldn't do any better.
I've been to part of these regions, which is really bad. So, because when we went to Switzerland, we hung out in some France. So we were in the southern western portion of France, I think. So anyway,
I've only been to Paris.
There you go.
I bet the southern region is really nice along that Mediterranean area.
Yeah. So, all right, then maybe we weren't in the southern region. I'm trying to think of where Switzerland is in correspondence to.
It's on the east side, like mid-east.
Okay, so then that's where we would be at.
Okay.
Yeah,
on that border, because the Alps all run through there.
Yeah.
So
Closer to Lyon.
because my friends live in Geneva, which literally it runs Geneva where they live at. In actually, it's Lausanne. But it actually the break where the Swiss Alps and the French Alps connect is right there at Lake Geneva. So it's kind of cool.
Very nice.
So anyway, let's dive into these bad boys. Let's discuss them. But it looks like there's 5 of them here.
Yes, 5.
They range between. Actually, they're all 4.5 years old. And they are all 108 proof. All of them have different decimals, though. We got one that's 108.6, 3 that are 108.5, and one that's 108.8. Are we ready?
I think we're ready. The first one that we're going to be diving into is from the area called Vosage.
Numero un. Make them say.
I was waiting for that one.
Oh, that's what I was doing with the ladies the other night.
Do we really need to know that?
Can I leave now?
Yeah.
Are you actually feeling uncomfortable for once in your lifetime?
Speaking of that, I mean, Morgan must have felt that. I heard you're having a baby.
I am having a baby.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Baby boy.
That's scary.
Yeah,
Cherry's going to be a dad.
telling me. You're telling me.
I don't know who's going to be more scared, the you or the baby. All right. Good deal. So number
Probably
1 is
Morgan.
from where? Sorry.
It's from Vosage.
Vosage.
Vosges.
That is correct. I'm reading it.
You
That's
win
how-
the spelling bee.
Yay. Now, an interesting thing is that while you guys know these, each of the regions, there is a picture that we'll be posting. I guess Scott will be posting with these regions along with the podcast. In color, you can notice slight different changes in thickness of the grain.
In living color.
In living color.
That's right. That's Jamie Johnson. Or it could be a television show.
Yes.
Jamie Foxx and
Yep.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Oh, Fire Marshal Bill.
This episode has gone off the rails already.
I know, dude.
Are you
This is
surprised?
Scott's fault, too. This is Scott's
You
fault.
would have thought
100%.
you thought I'd been pre-gaming before I got here.
I'll
I'll tell you what the real problem is. I've had so much caffeine the last 2 days. So,
He's
Wrong.
wired.
so yesterday I went to 7 Brew, and I had no idea that they had 32-ounce coffees, like iced coffees. So I ordered a large iced coffee. I thought I was going to get a 22, like the little
Like
venti.
20 ounce, like a pint.
But it's 32 ounces, and I'm like, holy shit. So I drink this whole coffee.
Ice or no ice?
Iced. It was iced coffee.
Oh, then
That's
it's
what he
probably
said,
about
you
about
doofus.
20 ounces.
So yeah, but it's still a lot of coffee.
Still, that's a lot.
So I drank this and I chugged it down, no big deal. So like, and then this morning I stop at Panera Bread
Oh, shoot.
and Becky is part of the Sip Club.
Yep.
And I ordered an iced coffee again. They give me a 32-ounce cup for iced coffee for the Sip Club. So I go fill it up, and I'm like, I'm never going to drink this. Like 9:30, it's gone. Drink the whole thing at 9:30. So like I've had so much coffee. I'm like, I am the great Gordon. What do you go?
Energizer Bunny over here. Jeez Louise.
The girls at the branch are like, "What is wrong with you today, dude?" And I'm like, "Nothing, nothing at all."
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? You want to go for a run? You want to go for a bike ride? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Exactly. So, all right, back to number one, Volgus. And this is, man, I'll tell you what, the nose on this thing is fantastic.
It is absolutely fantastic. I get a little bit of fruit, and then it segues into almost a little baking spice somewhere at the end.
Did nobody
Yeah.
get marshmallow? I kind of got some marshmallow on it.
I don't know that I get marshmallow. I definitely get that sweetness, like that's coming
It's
through.
more of a vanilla.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
It's
more
kind
of
of
the
like
vanilla.
the
Okay.
raw
It's
vanilla.
like a French
Maybe
vanilla.
the toasted, like,
Whatever.
Ooh la la.
boo. Boo.
Come on, I had to try.
That's a terrible joke.
Your mom.
I think my mom listens to this podcast, so I won't make a comment back because then she's going to slap me.
You
Sorry,
mean
Jess.
she hasn't yet?
Sorry, Jeff's wife, Jared's mom.
So did all these start in American oak? Because I know some of their double oak start in French and then they transfer to American.
No. Well,
They
I guess it
have
would
to
be.
start in
They have to
American
start.
They have
yeah.
to start in American.
I thought it
Otherwise,
was
they
just-
can't be a bourbon.
I thought it was just new charred oak.
Well, no,
Oh.
it is.
Yes, it is
yes.
true.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah,
Maker's
yeah, yeah.
46 is
Yep,
technically
you're right,
bourbon, but
Yes.
it's all French oak.
But I think all these started as normal Carl T. Huber
Yeah.
bourbon, and
Okay.
then they selected it to
Oh,
pull
okay.
it for these.
Okay. Got it.
So
If
these
that
are-
makes sense.
So
yeah, I'm following you.
I took my second pull of this, and they are a little grain forward though. Like they are very. They've got some very woody notes. At least the first one does. I don't not like it, but it's very, very woody.
It's not your traditional sweetness straight up whenever you first take a sip with like a toasted.
What I get is I get a little bit of I get like a hit of that French oak spice that you would usually get from that double oak, and then it segues into almost like a little bit of fruit flavor right at the right to mid to late palate.
Yeah, I'm getting some fruit note there, but it's a very delicate fruit. It's almost like an apple or like a pear, something real
Yes.
light.
I'm getting a ton of
And-
spice in the back.
Oh, it's
palate.
got but I got so much of that wood spice on the tongue, like the very, very tip, that it's very indecisive what those spices are in the back.
But the thing I also get it that it dives off, it trails off really fast.
Right.
You don't get much of a mouthfeel on it. Doesn't seem very viscous or thick, but it just kind of trails off there at the end.
No, you're 100% right. Yeah,
It finish lasts for a good little bit.
it does. It's
the-
got a nice little hug. Barbara, what do you got over there? You look perplexed. I mean, did you fall asleep over there at the wheel, or are you just still thinking? What?
She's overwhelmed.
What in the world?
She has about 8 ounces worth of bourbon
ready
in
for
front of
it to be
her
like-
that she's
Oh,
going to drink.
Whatever,
at some point.
whatever,
over
whatever,
there.
whatever. So bizarre. I mean, I am getting a lot of the baking spices right on that very, very back palate, right before it goes down the throat. I get heavy tobacco.
I do get some tobacco, but I don't know that it's super heavy.
It's just like boom, like throw me in the face.
All right,
I mean, I get a little bit of that towards that back palate, but for me, it still just trails off really fast.
here I said I wasn't going to do water, but I'm doing water.
It's been a while since I've asked for it.
I know. I'm just curious because I think the wood is extremely up front. It takes a lot of the front palate away.
Ooh.
But it kills, the nose goes crazy with that water.
It's muted. It's incredibly muted.
I get a lot of sweet now.
Yeah. I'm getting some sweetness, but also it's the rye's popping on the nose. A little bit more spice.
See, now all I get is like a light fruit and floral.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood's
Like
almost
hot.
gone now.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
So
water
weird.
kills it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's disappointing.
That was a little disappointing.
All right. Number two. Number 2 is from West Texas.
Close enough. It's called Nevers.
Nevers.
Never's like never been to West Texas.
Sort of. Never with an S. Yeah, Nevers.
So this is the
It's probably like Neve.
outside
Maybe,
of
Nouveau.
outside of number 3. This is probably going to be the one that's going to be closest to Paris from a region standpoint.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just south.
Yeah.
Just south of Paris, about I'm going to guess and say 120 miles.
Somewhere around there.
500
Somewhere around
miles.
100 150, somewhere right around there.
Like you're just looking at the map with
She's
us.
a geographical
And
wizard.
my thing is, instead of her just saying, "Oh, that sounds about right, Scott," she had to. No, definitely 150. I mean, Mr. One Upper over there. I see how you are. Just kidding.
I mean, told you it was 500.
That's because you don't
You're
know.
way off.
I know.
That's way off.
France from tip to tip probably isn't 500 miles.
That's what she said.
Well, she's saying it's 500 miles. I mean, she's happy about something.
I hope so.
I doubt it.
I don't know.
Dead.
I was just saying. It's like Godzilla.
I'm sorry.
This one's very wood forward too, man.
Yeah, it's very wood forward. Whenever you said the Godzilla, it just made me think of some of the memes that are out there for the Little Mermaid posters where it has Godzilla swallowing.
Wow. Gojira. Isn't that what they say, like Gojira, like whenever they're in the movies?
Gojira.
Yeah.
Does anybody almost get a little like mosquito note or something like that?
It's weird. That's exactly. I'm impressed because I was sitting there trying to think of what it's like that little charred wood type smell.
It's like a
Mesquite.
Mesquite tends to be, at least on the
Well-
nose, a little bit more like I don't want to say pungent, but I would say almost bitter.
yeah. It almost
I'm
kind
not-
of like. No, never mind.
I'm
Go ahead, Nick. I don't know what I was going to say.
But I'm digging the mouth on this one, buddy.
Oh yeah,
It's got a really good mouthfeel. It's got some caramel. It's got some more of that delicate light fruit. The wood's not as forward on the front palate.
It's a lot brighter.
A lot brighter.
Immensely brighter.
Aside, I was getting kind of like a bit of a dark fruit in there, and then it lingers. It
Yeah.
really just kind of sits, all like on that mid back palate.
So you're getting a dark fruit. I'm going back in. Give me a second.
I got a little butterscotch, like right in the middle.
I almost want to say it was a citrus, but I don't think that's right.
Caramel, yeah, butterscotch. I mean, I'm still leaning more towards caramel on my side.
The finish doesn't last nearly as long as the first one, though.
No,
Oh, no.
not at all.
It's very quick.
Oh, I'm
That's what she said.
Well, that's why I
For
said
sure.
the mouthfeel, and it lingers a little bit. It lingers longer than number one for me.
I think I got that tobacco over at the very back on this one, too, maybe.
See, I'm not getting it on this
Not?
one. No, I
Maybe
get
maybe
that.
it's just wood or something.
It's that butterscotch is just so strong for me on this one.
Go fish.
I'm so confused now.
It's nobody else is getting it. You're throwing out random flavors. Go fish.
Pizza. Banana?
Banana.
What was what was the one from the episode we did over at Minton's house? Where John went off on you all because you were naming a bunch of random stuff.
Witch hazel and heather.
Witch hazel, heather.
John's like, I get monkey's ass and something else. I can't remember what he said.
Water. The water's bad. I don't know. I'm gonna put any more water in these.
I'm not doing water anymore.
I'm
The nose
after that
just
first one. I'm
completely
done.
dies out.
I get a lot more of the alcohol in it now.
It's all ethanol. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm getting. I'm getting a little real ethanol and wood. It's just all ethanol and wood.
But yeah, no. This one, I think it just lingers a little bit longer. I'm not going to say that but the mouth feels a lot better. It feels like it coats a little bit more than the number one. But yeah, I just get like a little hint of fruit, but I just call it dark fruit. I don't know if it's plum, cherry, or something else, but I just get this little dark fruity sweetness
It's
in the
almost
back.
a little smoky note to it in the back end. A little bit.
These are toasted.
I'm trying to throw stuff out there.
It's all good.
miserably.
All right, numero
I
tre.
taste smoky.
Oh man, the nose on this one's the best one so far.
As everybody like immediately smells all their armpits.
Little vanilla.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I call rich vanilla, maybe almost molasses. I don't know. It's maybe brown sugar, brown
I was
sugar
gonna
in
say
there.
flan, like brown sugar
Yeah,
cream.
yeah. I'm thinking more of the flan type thing
Yeah, 100%.
because you get a lot of that vanilla and that little bit of that honey and
Yep.
caramelization.
All right, I'm gonna dive in on
I'm
pool.
almost a little butterscotchy.
So this one's
in
coming
the
from
hair.
which region? The third one?
Oh, yeah.
This is Central Forest.
Central Forest. So this is the blank areas between all of the dark areas.
Yeah, the Central Forest isn't really a area that's defined really because it's a very large region. It kind of encompasses a few of these other regions inside it.
Okay.
The wood doesn't actually come from it. It just comes from some of the different areas around these designated areas. That we
Okay,
have.
which is why they're kind of like It's a little bit of central.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So I wonder why like where and I'm just I guess it's Allier or whatever isn't considered the central,
Right.
because it's right in the center of all the other things.
Yeah.
By looking at the map.
It's hard to say because all of it is all these areas on the map are also all somewhat semi-central.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
they
in the-
really are very,
Yeah,
very.
other than the southeast one and the one
Yeah.
that's kind of northwest,
Yeah.
they're all kind of central part of the country. That's weird. Other than Champagne up there in the top right, top east, northeast, top east.
Top east.
That's a direction.
You're struggling tonight.
I'm telling you, dude.
That coffee's really messed you up.
Too much caffeine.
Too much caffeine.
So yeah, the nose is I think one of the better ones in this one that I remember.
Palate's my favorite so far.
Yeah, I haven't got there.
So I'll go ahead and kind of start it off. This is a little floral. It has just a little floral note there right at the very beginning, and it trails off to a little bit of spice.
Yeah, honeysuckle, a little bit of that sweet honey. It's weird. The vanilla doesn't come through as strong on the palate as
but
it does
strong
on the nose.
Oh, yeah.
And there's also a real faint baking spice in that mid to back palate.
Yeah, right in that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to really.
I think that one's almost clove.
No, it's not clove.
Might be one of the other C's. Might be cardamom. It's almost like it's one of those generic like apple pie spice or allspice or.
I don't know. It seems a little bit pronounced. That's what I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to.
But it's not cinnamon. It's not.
I think it may be cardamom.
It might be cardamom.
And I may just be getting cardamom and clove kind of mixed up.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Clove to me is generally sweeter.
Yeah.
Sweeter
see that,
spice.
yeah.
Cardamon's more that robust, like hits the senses. It's almost weird too. It's almost like I get a faint amount of ginger. And it might be because I took a little sip of ginger ale to cleanse my palate, but I'm not sure. That's what I said. But I feel like right in that mid to late palate, there's like just a hint of like ginger or one of those like things.
And I think it kind of trails into maybe some of those, what we've called before, like meadow flowers. Dandelions, violets, somewhere in there.
Yeah, honeysuckle, all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And funny enough, man, like the more I go back on the nose on it, have you ever smelled a mulberry tree blossom?
Yes.
That's what it's kind of reminding me of.
I can see that.
Oh, yeah.
Like that mulberry blossom, like that. That's weird. Because
Mulberry,
that's something
and it's another one that is getting me is mimosa tree.
oh, yeah. I could definitely see that. But to me, those are very similar scents.
They are
but
very, very
mulberries to
similar.
me, it kind of is reminiscent of that south. Because I don't get mimosas that often because they're usually
Right.
down south.
Right.
That's weird. All right.
I don't think I've ever smelled a mimosa, but I've drank one.
Yeah, I've drank plenty of them. I try not to, but my wife, we have those weird brunches at place, and next thing
Ironically
I got orange
enough-
juice and champagne sitting in front of me.
When we went down south with a family trip, we went through Georgia and everything, and they were all flipping in bloom. That was also the year I got chiggers really bad.
Chiggers.
Bad segue.
It is bad.
And that was also the one where I sat on the bed trying to understand chiggers as a young little girl and read the phone book. I never said I wasn't special.
That's a little scratchy, if you know what I'm saying. All right. Anyway, all right. I'm going to save a little bit of this one because I'm going to come back to it because I think
Yep.
so far it's my favorite. Number 4,
Number 4, Allier.
Allier. Gotcha. Allier. Oh, my God. All right, never mind. So number 3. Number 4 is taking the lead real quick on the nose.
Oh, dear.
Fruit, vanilla,
Oh, man.
light spice,
Yeah, I'd say
a little bit of tobacco. This one's got the best nose so far, by far.
Ooh, yeah.
The wood is actually almost not there, which is weird.
It's almost like on the very back part of the nose is where I'm getting a little bit of that wood. Just a tiny bit, just a hint.
Jared, are you okay?
Just
You-
just in the very back?
You're
Yeah.
shaking your head a lot.
Yes.
Stuff that happened in the background is what I'm shaking my head about.
I couldn't tell if you're trying to, knows this better, can't figure it out, what's going on.
no, I'm shaking my head about Scott's
My cheat sheet fell.
his cheat sheet.
All right, good deal. All right, taking the pulls, man. Taking the pulls. Barbara's getting a big pull over there. I like it. She's going.
I enjoy this one. Mouthfeel is a little thin, but it has a really good spice. that just kind of transitions through.
This is definitely the spiciest on the tongue of all of them so far.
See, I don't find it to be as spicy. On
Yeah,
the
I'm
tongue.
not getting a whole lot of spicy.
Really?
I'm
Also,
getting a lot of butter.
Not spices in like a flavor, just spices in...
Look at the legs on this one.
Oh, yeah.
If you look at the legs on this one versus
Holy
any of the rest of them,
crap-a-dack.
yeah, it's sticking. It's really sticking. I'm gonna cleanse my palate again.
I bet that's where the butter type thing is coming for me.
Maybe a little viscous.
100% because it's definitely hitting
No, I'm
all the spaces in your mouth. Because when I swished it, it was like coating, like it was coating my tongue, my lip.
Now I'm getting a little chocolate on this.
Yeah, I get that. But it's like it's more closer to, it's not dark chocolate. It's
No.
more like a semi-sweet.
Yeah.
Because it's not sweet enough to be
It's
spicy.
not milk.
it's not milk.
Yeah.
No,
It's
God,
just
no,
like
no, no, yeah.
like a semi-sweet dark chocolate.
like a
or something like
60% cacao.
Yeah.
I prefer those 80s. I love dark chocolate.
that. Kind of segues into a little bit of almost oakiness.
I would not guess that.
I get it after that chocolate kind of fades a little bit. I get kind of a rich oak or woody kind of tannins towards
dude,
the back.
the whole back palate is all wood and a little bit of leather. Yeah. So
I may have to come back to that. Baby.
best nose.
Absolutely.
I still
still
think
three on two.
three on the nose.
You still
No.
think 3 on the nose?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I think number 4 on the nose.
4 on the nose
but
so
3
far
on the
for me.
taste. All right. Number 5. Numero cinco / what's 5 in French? Un, deux,
Cinq.
trois, quatre.
Huh? Okay.
Cat cinq.
Uno,
Cinco.
dos,
It's
tres, cuatro, cinco,
Cinco.
seis,
No, cinq.
Cinq.
Siete.
Cinq. Is it cinq?
ocho.
Johnny
nueve.
Tsunami said cinq. He's shaking his head yes.
The
but
fact
he
that I
doesn't know.
actually
Diez.
I
passed
took-
French was a miracle.
It was.
So the nose on this one is back to like 1 and 2. A lot of wood, a
yeah.
little bit of weird spice.
This is limousine.
Yeah.
Limousine. All right.
Well, it's where the name limousine comes from, but it's limousine.
Oh, it's limousine. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
Limousine.
If you're from the South, yes. Trying to read French.
I'm gonna get me some of them limousines, man. I'm saying over there. It's man, we're close enough to Kentucky. I can say that shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Duh. We're in Kentuckiana.
It's a lot of oak. A lot of oak on the
It
nose.
is a lot of oak.
All right, who's going in for that pull
I don't think it's as much oak as the first one, though.
on the nose?
Yeah.
It probably isn't. I don't have any left of one. Let me go back.
For me, this
Ooh,
rates,
number 1 smells dead up like tobacco.
I bet it does.
When I go back to it.
The nose on this, it ranks up there with 3 for me. For just like, there's a sweetness on there.
See, I'm getting some ethanol too.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. Me and Barbara are on, and you and I are usually together, Nick. But man, me and Barbara are on point tonight.
Maybe it's the caffeine for you.
You're not used to it. You're not used to drinking caffeine and whiskey in the same day. Like us peasants.
Like you peasants. The pestilence of the peasantry.
Pull. I went ahead and went the pull on this one.
I've done a couple.
This is really. There's not much spice to it. If you get any, there's a little hint towards the beginning, but it goes almost right into kind of a vanilla for me.
Yeah, this one's super smooth. It's like vanilla, a little bit of sweetness. The funny thing is that the sweetness is not like, it's not caramel, it's not molasses, it's not honey. It's almost like it's just plain old, like somebody dumped a bag of sugar.
Yeah, I almost agree with you.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I don't understand. Like it's supposed to be caramel, or it's supposed to be marshmallow, or it's supposed to be like creme brulee, but like it's literally like
Sugar.
It's just sweet. Yeah,
Finish is kind of quick, though.
It does.
that's what she said.
I'm almost get it to where you
How many times
mentioned
is that in
creme
this
brulee.
episode now?
I'm thinking almost the top.
Tell us you finish quick.
I never said I finish quick. I said it finishes quick. There's a
Well, that's what she
difference.
said.
It's not my problem.
I don't know about that.
I finish clearly because I got my wife pregnant.
You went there, we didn't.
You're not wrong. Barbara just had bourbon come out of her nose.
Well, no, she had a perfect example of spit take theater.
Just about.
I gotta take a shower.
No, I get a little bit of that creme brulee top, like the that caramelized topper for a creme brulee.
So I don't get brown sugar though.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't get that toasted char of that brown sugar that you get on the top.
Well, I've seen it where they just do regular sugar. That's what.
Oh,
I'm
most
thinking.
of the time I ever
Most
see
of the time it's brown sugar,
Yeah.
Nicholas.
Wow, Barbara.
This
Barbara's-
peasant-
she's bringing the heat today, dude.
She's vicious.
She's salty.
The glass is so foggy. What did you do?
She's breathing hard.
She's Darth Vader over there, man.
But to me, this is probably the smoothest one out of all of them.
It's definitely the smoothest one. Yeah,
That's blasphemous. How dare you say that word?
Well, it's definitely the smoothest.
All right, Jared,
but there's
we're just not having you
to
anymore.
me, it doesn't have a whole lot going on though.
No, it really doesn't. It's kind of very
Muted.
simple.
It's very muted, very
very
simple.
simple.
Yeah, it's not bad.
No,
No, that's what I said.
No. I think this would be a really good starter bourbon for somebody.
If you were introducing someone to full proof, yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think this would be a segue for that.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I mean, it's 108.
It's 108,
segue
yeah.
from 90 proof to
The
barrel
40,
strength.
Something
yeah.
right. But because it's so light and so, I mean, there's a lot of complexity to it.
Yeah,
However, it's really easy to pull the simple things out. So to introduce somebody to it would be easy to explain the difference. Oh, are you going to do what I think you're going to do?
I'm putting water in 4
Oh, okay.
because 4 I was kind of disappointed in.
I was a little disappointed in 4. I ain't touching 3 with this water.
No,
Hell no. And that says a bunch for me.
so water actually helped 4 a little bit.
Okay. Well, give me a minute.
The sweetness comes out a little bit more rich, and then but
Ooh.
you lose the fruit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Crazy.
That fruit is heavy now.
Yep. I don't know. All right, we got to pick a winner.
Oh, shit.
I don't think it's going to be that hard. The problem is going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh-huh. Well, I think we
I think
may.
I got my order in.
I think we may all have a number 5. I'm just saying.
The cat. I'm just kidding. I don't even know where the cat's at. The cat hasn't bothered.
They're sleeping.
They're sound asleep.
All right,
Leave them be.
I'll wake him up.
does somebody want to go first? Or they want me to go first?
I'll go first.
You want to go first? Go ahead, Nick. Hit it.
All right. I
Hit it.
got Central Forest number 1. I got Limousine 2.
So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Dog, come on now.
3,
Okay.
Okay.
5,
Okay.
4,
Okay.
2,
Okay.
1.
Okay. We're gonna be real close. Go ahead, Jared.
I'm going to go 3, then 5, then 4, then 1, then 2.
Okay,
Close.
Barbara.
3, 4, 2, 1, and 5.
3, 4, 2, 1, and 5. Wow, 5 that low?
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of blah.
I think for me, yeah.
But some of the other ones were just like real off on the. I'm surprised. Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm
so am I.
Well, I mean, number 1 had such a heavy tobacco for me. It really had a really robust flavor, and I
Right.
think that's what helped edge it up for me.
gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna go 3. I'm going to go 5, then 1, then 4, then 2.
Alrighty.
So, which
I think we're all semi except for Barbara close together.
4 and 2 could have swapped either out.
Yes, I'll
Now
agree
I
with
will
that.
say with the drop of water, 4 would go to number 2 for me.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Retry
can
that
understand that.
Yeah, because it
you wanna
really
try it with water?
the fruit really pops on.
It
4.
really did.
one. Oh, yeah. Even on the nose.
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
pops
that's what I'm
hard.
saying,
I
yeah.
mean, all of it.
Yeah, it really makes it. 4 is so much better with a drop of water than what it was without.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. Yes.
Yeah,
I
so,
think that's the only one that did any justice with water.
Yeah, 100%. I would say that. So, all right. Well, that's our review of the Starlight Double Oak Toasted series.
French
5
Oak.
bottles, French Oak, released Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. So that's our episode. You found it. You liked it. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you ding the bell, whatever. If you're listening on YouTube, all that good stuff. Make sure you hit the share button so that way we can share these episodes out to people. If you have any questions, make sure you email them bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. You can also message us on Facebook, the Twitter, or Instagram. So that's us from Bourbon Barrel Talk. We're signing out from the Brocs. Peace.
Peace.
Have a good night.